Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Inks and I'm from IGS Electronics, and today we're going to continue with Powerflex 525 drive. We're going to be checking out the drive in remote control with 2-wire control, 3-wire control, and also going to be using remote potentiometer. If you missed the last video where we commissioned the drive and run drive in local mode, definitely check that out in the description below. All the related manuals and videos and anything else that I think would benefit you in a possible way, you'll find that out in the description below. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Here we go. So the first station we're going to be checking out is our 2-wire control station, and that is going to look all like that. We will have run forwards, run reverse, we're going to jog it as well, and we are going to be using a potentiometer, which my one is 10 kilo ohms. So for this drive, any potentiometer from 1 kilo ohm to 10 kilo ohm, it is good to go. Regarding wiring, so as you can see, I've got two normally closed contacts. One of them I'm using for my safety switching in there. So I have a terminal S plus coming to the end of this normally closed contact, and then it goes back to S1, where S1 is linked with S2. So sort of once one of them goes, the e-stop will go on, and from there on I have terminal 11, which is my number one in here, coming to the another normal closed contact, and that goes back to terminal 1, which is a sort of an enable signal for this drive. From there on, it distributes power to all the switches, where terminal 2 is going to be my start forward and run forwards, terminal 3 is going to be in my run reverse, and terminal 5 we're going to set that up to be as a jog. So that's pretty much it. And then we have a potentiometer, which is the 3 wires coming up our potentiometer, and that goes to terminals 12, 13 and 14. I haven't said that. So the setup, the only thing we need to do regarding setup is make sure that the information that we're trying to control the drive from, it is being read from our terminals. And to do that, we need to go to parameter group P first. In the parameter group P, if we go to the parameter 46, where you pretty much select where you're going to be reading your digital inputs from, and you're going to say, and then select it to 2, and as you can see, terminal information is read from terminal inputs in front here. So, and for when it comes down to a frequency, which is 47, there we need to sort of select how we're going to be reading the frequency. Usually, then all the drives, I'm pretty sure they had a switch for it. So, but now they have changed that around it. So now you have to sort of say what sort of frequency, how the frequency is going to be read, and we need to select 5 because we are going to be using 0 to 10 volts input, the analog potentiometer, where it's selected to 5. 6 is going to be for 420 milliamps, and so on. We're going to be playing with some of them as we progress within the videos. So that's how that's done. The next thing is we need to set up a jog button. By default, jog button is not set up. That's something you need to do yourself. And to do that, you need to go to the page 89 in the manual provided in the description below. You can see down there it says all the terminal most of the digital inputs can be programmed to do several. I mean, for this drive is a lot of things. So that's page 1, and then we got a page 2. No, that's actually 3, and that's page 2. There's a lot of information going on, a lot of things you can do in there. We're gonna be playing with some of them, but do definitely check them out starting page 89. And as you can see, for our jog button, we need to go to, we're going to be using terminal 5, as you can see down here, it says terminal 5. And we're going to be, we need jogging, so we're going to select in T65, as in here, we're going to select 8. So 8 will allow us to jog, and with this drive, it does not need a run forward signal for it, which is kind of handy. So let's go to now we go to T65. As you can see, I've got already set up that to be 8. And be aware, remember, you still have these digital inputs left there. which is the 6, 7 and 8. So that is still left for you to play around and add more if you wish to your station, but we are just for demonstration purposes again checking out the station. So how that runs, so there we go. So let's check it out. So how have we done that? So run forwards, there we go, and then we have our potentiometer control, and if you by any chance try to run in reverse within this mode, it's not going to allow you to do that. So now you need to switch off both switches, and then you are able to go in reverse. And then we have our jog button, as you can see, 10 hertz that was being set up in a 431, I believe, as far as I remember. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, and if you run it, and then we click the e-stop, so you can see drive faults out. That's another extreme emergency. And obviously you can preset a reset button to your digital inputs, I believe. It should be, yeah, that's there. So to reset it, obviously you click the red button. So that's when it comes down to a 2-wire control. So next thing up, let's check it out how 3-wire works. Here we go. So 3-wire control wired in. So this is the station we're going to be using. We will have stop, run forwards, select the switch to select to go in reverse, and also we're going to be using a potentiometer. So let's have a quick look at it, how the wiring is working. So again, I have this time I will have a 3 normally close contacts. One of them I have a normally close contact where the safety switch is coming in, safety circuit is coming in, S plus is coming to this end of the normally close contact, and then I have 2 cables going back to S1 and S2. And then this guy in here will control where the L11 is coming to, and then it goes through the 11 and goes into our stop button in here. And from the stop button it goes back, goes past through the stop button, and it goes back to 1 because for the 3-wire control that becomes as a stop signal, and from there on it sends signal to a run start for the start of the system, and then obviously the next one is a selection of which way the drive will be working. So that's the wiring, and also we obviously have a potentiometer which is 12, 13 and 14. For wiring wise, if you go to the manual, page 47, which is attached in the description below, it's quite easy for you to work this out. If you just follow this system, what they tell you to do in here, you'll be well on your way, and even tells you what parameters you need to change to achieve this system. So as you can see in here, it tells you that the T062, you need to change that one to 49, and 63 you need to change that to 51. And if you want to look up at what those descriptions mean, it's pretty much, it tells you that would work. It probably let me have a look at it. It would most likely, if you go to the T, show you, if you go into it with the writing, what it does. There we go, 3-wire start. There we go. That's what we tell you. But basically, change these two parameters to those required parameter numbers, and you'll be well on your way to operate a 3-wire control. And you still don't forget, you still have a 5, a 6, a 7 and 8, 4 more digital inputs that you can configure to whatever you like. So I already showed you the pages. There's a lot of options down there, so you can expand this much greater if you wish to. For the demonstration purposes, it's just trying to get your head around it. That's what we're trying to do. So having said that, let me put the cover on and we'll try out. Here we go, cover is on. So quite straightforward. We press the start. As you can see, the drive's running. Control potentiometer, and by flipping the switch, drive will go in opposite way, and it sort of tells you already what it does. So and by flipping the switch, go in reverse, and by e-stopping we are achieving a fault code F059 that says the safety circuit is open, and that is pretty much all there is when it comes down to 3-wire control. Again, you can very much expand it, and there is so much more this drive can do. The one more last parameter I'm quickly going to show you is a parameter group M. if you want to check it out. In the parameter group M, as you can see the numbers, if you enter it now, you can see what parameters have been changed and sort of give you a head around. So it says 34, 36, 37, 42. And these are all the parameters that we have played around. It pretty much tells you what's been done. So how to understand what those, now why is it like not going between the groups? Because if you really look at all the groups itself, if you go back to the first one, P30, and then once the P numbers finish, it finishes at 62, now 61 I think, and it goes straight to 63. But Haval and Bradley they separated them into sort of groups, so it's easier to access. So that's how you would read those numbers, because they go from group to group. But if you look at it as one lane, it will be just one long list of it. So that having said that, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for 2-3 control. Hopefully I got a message across and you are well on your way understanding how to operate this drive, and will be pretty much good to go to get where you want to get. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, if you liked the video, smash that like. If you didn't, smash this like, comment below. Any questions, do ask them below and I'll answer them as quick and as accurate as I can. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.